Hey YouTube, it's me, zmysteryman here, and I'm starting off my Yu-Gi-Oh section with a deck profile that you guys may want to check out. So let's get it on. Okay, my monsters that I chose in this deck are 2 Necro Defenders. It's a good card because it's a level 2, and if you combine it with you have to use 2 level 3 monsters to get a level 8 out, but they're just good cards. And also, if you remove this card during main phase, until the opponent's next end phase, they cannot be destroyed by battle. So yeah, you can at least get a turn for your monsters to survive. The next cards that I run are 3 Dark Resonators, because they're level 3. It's a tuner, so it's a mandatory card for any fiend deck, and also it takes 2 shots for it to kill. So yeah, it's a good card to have. The next card I run is Phantom of Chaos. It's a level 4 fiend monster, and he's got a really unique ability, because if you remove an effect monster in your graveyard, this Phantom of Chaos will gain the effect, the attack, and defense of it. And so yeah, but if you attack your opponent, they take no battle damage. So yeah, it's an okay card, but it's a good card for synchroing. The next card I use is Sangan. It's a level 3 fiend, and it's a good card because if it leaves the field of any reason, battle, spell, trap, or effect, you get to search for a level 15 or lower monster in your graveyard. You gotta show your opponent, but you get to add to your hand. Then you get to shuffle your deck. The next card I run is 2 Mystic Tomatoes. It's another searcher card. It's a level 3 dark plant monster, and if it's destroyed by battle, you get to search for a 15 or less attack monster, and you get to special summon that in face of attack position. This can also this can be risky at some times, but yeah, at least you get the special summon with this card. The next card I run are one of my favorites, Spirit Reaper. It cannot be destroyed by battle, and if it attacks the opponent directly, you get to discard 1 random card from your hand. So yeah, but the bad thing about this card is if it's targeted by some effect, spell, or trap, it's automatically destroyed. So yeah. Also, Spirit Reaper is a good stall card to use for a couple turns until you want to pull out a big guy. Next card I run in this deck is that I'm thinking of taking. I switched out Night Assailant, and I'm either gonna add another Sangan or Battle Fader. So yeah, if you could leave me a comment below and tell me which one I should put in, that would be really appreciated. The next one I run is Newdoria. It's a level 4 dark fiend monster, and the effect is if it's destroyed by battle, you can destroy 1 card on the field. So yeah, it's a really good card for destroying one of your opponent's monster, or destroying one of your monsters to bring out a better monster. The monster I'll be showing you in a couple minutes, and I won't tell you what it is right now, but I want you to find out what it is, figure it out what it is. The next one I run is Grave Skirmisher. Grave Skirmisher, the same thing as Newdoria. If it's destroyed by battle, you get to destroy one monster on the field. So yeah, it's good for the card that I'm going to show you in a couple minutes, and also it can or be used to destroy one of your opponent's monsters. Next monster I run is Darkness Neosphere. It's an awesome card because because if you're attacked, you just need to discard one card from your hand and one in the field, and you can automatically pop this out. It's a 4K attack and defense shield, and if it's in face-up attack position, you can turn all of the continuous trap cards back to your hand. So yeah, I advise anyone to run this card in a fiend deck. Next one I run is Dark Neosphere. Neosphere requires you to remove 3 fiend monsters from your graveyard to special summon it. But if it's destroyed by a monster or a card effect, you can equip this card to one of your opponent's monsters and take control of it. And if this card dies, so does the monster. So yeah, it's a really good card to use. Next card I run is Rainbow Dark Dragon. It requires you to remove 7 different dark monsters from your graveyard, and for every dark monster you remove on the field, against 500 attack. Plus, it's a 4K attack beat stick. So it's a really good card to use, and I advise anyone to, if they're running a dark or fiend deck, to run this card. Next one I'll run is Gores. Gores should be mandatory to any fiend, to any deck, because if you have no cards, you can pop it out in the field, and the effect, and it varies on what damage you took. If the effect one is, then you inflict damage to you equal to the damage you took. And if it was battle, you get to special summon a token with the same attack and defense that was equal to the battle damage that you took. So yeah, it's a really good card to use. Yeah. The next card that I run is Meklord Emperor Weisel. This was a card I was talking about earlier, that you can combine it with Nudoria and Grave Scrimmager, because if you show one of your monsters on the field, you can pop this baby out, because it can only be special summoned if one of your cards is destroyed by a card effect. So yeah, I would, and also it's a 25 beat stick, attack and defense, and it can negate one spell card per turn. But this card can only attack on the field, which I think is reasonable, because it's a level 1, 25 beat stick, attack and defense monster, and I advise you to run 2 in this deck. Last one I run is really a surprise. People might be shocked, but here we go. I run Obelisk the Tormentor. I know this is not a fiend monster, but it's a really good monster to use. Also with the Meklord Emperor combo, because you need to tribute 3 monsters to summon this card in the field, and when you summon it, you cannot be targeted by spells, traps, or effects, and once per turn you can tribute 2 monsters in the field to destroy every monster on the field. So yeah, that's a good combo for popping out a Meklord Emperor Weisel. So those are all my monster cards that I run, and now I will be getting on to my spell cards. So let's get this thing started on spell cards. Okay, the first spell card I run are 2 MSDs, because they're good, because they can take out face down opponent spells and traps. And it's just a really good card to use. So I advise you to run 2 or 3. Never 1. You should always run 2 or 3. Just a nice card to have. Next one I run is Two Swords. Good card for stalling, and you can pull off a 6 turn stall period on this. So you can pull out Obelisk Tormentor, Rainbow Dark Dragon, etc. Next one I run is Aurora of Darkness. Aurora of Darkness is a mandatory card for any fiend or dark deck, because you draw 2 cards and you discard 1 dark monster and you remove that. And the downside of it, if you have no monsters in your hand, you discard your whole hand. So it is pretty much a 2-handed sword. Next card I run is 1 Dark Hole. Once again, it's good for meklord combo, meklord Emperor Weisel. So yeah, I advise you to run 1 in this deck. 2 I think is too much. I tried using 2 and I just kept dead drawing it. So yeah, I would advise you to run 1. The next one I run is Dark Eruption. Dark Eruption is a very unique card. It's kind of like monster reincarnation, except you target one dark monster with 15 or less in your graveyard and you add it to your hand. So yeah, it's a good card to, if you're running low on monsters, you just pop one out in your graveyard and add it back to your hand. Next one I use is Pot of Avarice, because it's a good card because you can pop 5 monsters, even a synchro monster or an exceed monster, into your deck, from the graveyard to your deck. You shuffle your deck and draw 2 cards, so it's a good drawing card. Next one I add is Monster Reborn. Should be mandatory for any deck. You get special summon a monster on either side, either graveyard, and special summon on either side of the field. And the last magic card I run is Pot of Duality. I love it because you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck, show your opponent, but you get to pick 1, and you get to add it to your hand, and then you get to shuffle. But the downside of this card is you cannot special summon once you activate this, and you can only have activate 1 of these per turn. Okay, let's get on to traps now. The traps that I run in this deck are the following. 3 Dark Bribes. They can negate spells and traps, but the downside of it, your opponent gets to draw a card. The next one I run is 3 Sakus. 3 Sakus is a good card to destroy your opponent's attacking monster, and it's just good card to stall with. Also for Sakuretsu, I would advise you to run 2 or 3. I'm thinking of adding instead replacing Sakuretsu with Mirror Mail, cause Mirror Mail will make the attacking monster attack the same as the one getting targeted. So yeah, even so you kill both monsters die, you take no damage. Same thing as Saku, except Saku just destroys the monster. Next one I run is Escape from a Different Dimension. This card is a really good card to use with Dark Neosphere, Rainbow Dark Dragon, and Aurora of Darkness, because you select one. When you remove from like dark monsters, doesn't say anything about a level or anything, you can summon this, and you get to summon this card to the field, and when the monster is destroyed, you destroy this card. The next card I use is 2 Solemn, because it's a good card if your opponent summons any monsters or uses a spell and trap that would require to special summon something. So yeah, I would advise you to run 2 or 3 in this deck. The next card I run is 2 Bottomlesses. It's also a good card to run. I would advise you to run 2, not 3. 3 is too much, so run 2, because 3 is just a dead draw. And also you can, if your opponent summons a monster, you can just remove it. Next card I run is Mirror Force. It's pretty much everyone should know what it does. It just destroys all attacking monsters on your opponent's side of the field. So yeah, it's pretty much good shield card to use. Yeah. Next card I run is Torrential Tribute. Good card to use in Meklord Emperor Wiser or to destroying any monster your opponent summons. And the last card I use is